into the time for Super X. What up, baby? CK, man, what's going on, bro? So on TikTok, guys, if you're in TikTok, hit the ones in the chat. Say we're going to get into some how to trade your favorite alerts. And then we're going to dig into that, right? So you'll hear me talking to our Discord, and we're going over setting alerts and alarms for our coins. So when you guys get an alert or something that says a coin or a trade is going to be going up or down, you guys can learn how to get the best possible trade there. All right, so guys, if you're in the Discord, the one thing that we want to focus on are moons and trends, right? So obviously, I made a video on how to do the trend alert. The moon alert here is real simple. So Alf, the guys just need to hover over I wonder if you can click anywhere on there. They just need to hover over basically any part of this moon chart, right? So I would say probably getting close to the moon because it's gonna tie in the crossing lines anyways, right?
Yeah, hit a moon because you can. If you don't, you go to the chart settings or something. Just hit a moon, right click it,
Yeah, slide to a
and
moon,
then you get the right settings.
right
Yeah.
click on your moon. You'll see your VC Crypto Nation indicators. I like a once per minute, and then once it starts to go off, if it starts to go off crazy, that just means it's building up momentum. Then I'll change it to once per bar, or once per bar close, right? But you need to take your 3 minute cross down, and this is where we don't use any of the 3 minute, 5 minute cross downs. Go right to crossing. Hey, if we do an update, are we able to just eliminate those, or is that just set
Yeah,
inside?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, to where it's just
Yeah, yeah,
crossing.
confusing now. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Those are some of my little personal things that are in there that I just left in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, for here, like all this extra shit, like the only thing we really care about is when it makes a moon. So let's see if we can
Yeah,
get it
yeah,
to where it's just crossing. That way, these guys don't need it's just on default, right? So if you get rid of everything above it, it should be right on default. So then we put it once per
yeah,
minute,
yeah.
and then how I know what this is simply based on when I look at my indicator, it's going to have that set up. So we'll dig into here, get a little more deeper on that. So guys, how to trade your favorite alerts. So guys, hit the ones in the chat. How many of you guys go to Discords, Twitters, Telegrams, get an alert, figure out how to make that trade? So for you guys in the Discord right now, what I want you guys to do is we're going to find trades. So keep posting inside the Discord anytime we see a 1 hour. We're going to pull that up and we're going to take a look at that trade and dig into that a little more. But we're going to go over how
Be right
to.
back.
Go ahead. All right, so right now we have a 1 hour ocean that came in right here at 332. So now this says a 1 hour ocean short, right? So we're going to go look at 1 hour ocean. So now everything right here on Bitcoin looks like it's going down here. So shorts are probably going to be the best thing. So if any you guys on TikTok, how many of you guys actually follow alerts or somebody says a coin's going up or down or whatever? Or you have anybody in like what they call alerts? What do they call that shit, Alf? Alert channels, alert discords. I don't even know what they call them. Signals. There you go. Signal places. Anybody do signals? Hit ones in the chat if you guys are in a signal group.
You have lots of Telegram channels with signals, but they are paid, right?
Yeah. So the average Telegram or Discord or whatever, they run about 50 to $200. Some of them are 300 depending on who they are, etc. All right, so right now we have an ocean alert, right? So let's go take a look at ocean and let's just make sure that we're in here. So Alf, you were looking at some shit earlier about looking at the 1 hours, how they were set up when they were coming in. So right now we can see that we have a 1 hour ocean popping up here. And we can already see there was a dump there and a bump. So I like that. This is where I would love to get in on this. The 1 hour is bending, so this looks really good. So it looks like ocean's going to be a short here. Now this is where we need to get into our 15 minute, right? The thing for us is jumping in on a 15 minute moon and trend. That's really what we're looking for here. And that's what we're going to dig into. So these are the trades that, we want to kind of like take a look at and say, okay, the trades that we want to get in a little bit earlier are these trades here. So I'm just going to mark these up real quick as we dig in because we're going to solve this together so you guys understand how to locate the best trades possible so that way you're always maximizing your gains, right? So these are the 2 points where we have 15-minute moons that pop up and the ability to look at them. So these are also, I'm going to slide these here and I'm going to put these on the 15-minute trend here. All right, there you go, 15-minute trends. Okay, and that's the future one that's coming, and that's the one we're looking to get into. So these two 15-minute moons and trends are the ones that we want to decipher from the 1 hours, right? So when I look at the 1 hour, I can see here I got my moon. I don't have my trend yet. Second one comes. There's my 1 hour red moon, which is the only thing that really matters there. And then that's where we want to get our short there, right? So that's where we're at. So now we missed the first short. It did bounce. We are going to a second short on Ocean here. Let's take a look at the 4 hour to see where we're at. We are a crossover. This is a solid A trade on the 4 hour. 2 hour RSI. So what an A trade, guys, if you're new into the Discord or just new all around, you want to get into trades that where your 4 hour stochastic RSI are at the top and heading down. So if guys, if this is what we're talking about, if you're getting alerts or doing anytime LCX, we'll take a look at LCX. Toshi, what up, baby? Toshi, man, how you been, bro? We'll take a look at LCX in a second, man. Just let me know. Rays, what's going on, bro? And this is where, when you guys get alerts, the most important thing is this is what we're talking about. If you're new in the Discord, we're talking about don't trade against your RSIs, right? And you just want to take the time to where your bigger RSIs are in your favor. Kind of like crossing over, right? So we like to start off with a 2 hour cross, which is this one right here. So this is right here. This is called a B trade, right? And all that basically is when the 2 hour decides to cross over from the top, right? That solidifies what we consider the beginning of a bounce pullback, right? The thing about a B trade is that every time it pulls back, it always has a bounce, and then after that bounce is the second trade that we're looking for. Now that second trade that we're looking for is when the 4 hour crosses and starts to make its way down below the 80 line, right? If you don't know what the 80 line is, there's basically on your trading view, there's numbers on the right hand side, and the perforated lines up here are set on 80. The middle one is set on 50. The bottom set on 20. So the one thing about the relative strength index that we know is that as it has more volume on the downside, then that means we're going to get more pull. So this one's relatively early on the crossover. So even though we have a cross right here that came in, right? That's just the start of what we call A trades, meaning this is where we're going to look for the best trade. So in this pocket here is where we're going to be looking for our best possible short for this particular trade that's coming in. Now, the further it gets down, the more we have a solid trade. So we want it to be crossing the 50% line in this area here. Once it gets below there, that's where we look for our heaviest pullbacks, right? So now we just need the 1 hour to coexist with that, right? So currently, you can see here our 1 hour RSI is bouncing up, but it is bending, and our money is starting to disappear here on the 1 hour line. So this lets us know that the 1 hour is about to, be part of what we want it to do. Second thing is we need a 15-minute moon and trend. We don't have a trend yet, so this is going to allow us to say that this is more than likely 80% of the time going to bounce up here, and then Ocean is going to find the top, and then once it's done bouncing and we get our trend in there, then we can go for a short. So that just lets you know that there's a trade happening here. It just takes a little more time to dig in and get yourself set up. So that's where being patient is key here, and watching the money on the 15-minute, right? 15 minutes going to show you where the volume is set up. So we have a moon here, but you can see here we have the money line is still heading up. So right now we have a bounce coming here. So that's the entire push there. The other thing that we want to look at is to be more successful in all the trades, we want to trade with a trend, right? So currently the trend for this coin is the 2 and 4 hour, right? And currently they are green, right? So looking at that scenario, that means that right now this coin is sitting here and it's basically inside of a green trend, right? So pullbacks are a little less than they should be, and this is also why you want to learn to take profits, right? Because anytime you see something like that, you know you're not going to get a full pullback. So there's some bounces in here that are left on the overall. Don't forget the big pullback or the short that we're looking for is if the 4 hour breaks to 50 and get some heavy momentum in this lower section here. But it's still towards the top. It could bounce off the 50. It could bounce off the 20 before it really builds momentum. Once it gets below the 50, gets below the 20, it has a bigger pull, right? So for us, it's still the same thing. We just need our indicators to show what we're looking for, and that happens to be a 15-minute moon and trend, right? So right now I don't have a 15-minute trend on there, so I can snap on there and add a trend real quick. And that would give me the access to the 15-minute red. Now, if I'm looking here, just on the overall, looks like it's going to get a bounce here on the 15-minute, push back up here. So not a super solid short yet for us. So let's see. Let me take a look at the Discord. I'm going to take a look at the coins. And that's what I was talking about, Alf. Alf, did you get when you were looking at them coins, man, what were you looking at? Where was I didn't get to read your message for the alerts. Were they off a little bit, or what were you saying?
So I'd set them on what was it?
Candles?
It wasn't Binance. They're not set. There's a trading view on Binance, so they're a bit off. So I just need to go back. I need to set them all off again. So I'll probably do that tomorrow now. Once I set them for Mexi, they'll be on point with what we do because all of our Mexi.
Oh, all right. So you got them set on Binance.
That'd be on point.
Okay, yeah. Because that's what I was talking about before when I was like looking at when we were making all the BTS, ETS versus VSC. December 22nd, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission will make a decision on global X spot Bitcoin. That's going to get pushed, just so you guys know. All right, so let's go to Ocean here. Let's figure this out. All right, so here goes that bounce. Ocean's getting right here. So like I said, it's going to work its way up a little. We have a 1 hour here that's bending down. So this is where we want to look at Ocean and get into the short that we have here. So first push, this is Ocean pulling back down. 15-minute needs to do a reversal. So let's see where we're at here. All right. So we got a little time here. We need to show some weakness. There we go. Let me see the overall here. 4 hour dragging down. We're in an A trade. 2 hour, nothing special. 1 hour money headed down. What's the 15-minute? 15-minute bending. So for us, it would be catching this whatever this push is here. So we have 51.59, 51.99. So I think I'll let this 15-minute RSI bounce one more time, and then we'll get back in there. So I'm going to set an alert on Ocean here, and I'm going to put it on the short. I'm going to slide it on the 1 minute, and we're going to put the 15-minute Ocean. And that's just so I know my trend is happening, right? So right now I don't have that on there. We'll keep a look at the alert log for right now. I'll come back to that. But Ocean should be pulling down a little bit here. So let's see here. 30x. $15-minute, 3-minute. Now, because I do have my 3-minute breaking down here, heading for my 3-minute moon. Should have that pull right there. 5-minute headed down. So Ocean looks like it's finally gearing up for a nice little first entry here. All right, so 15176, and then we're going to bump it back up. We're going to be looking for a 5180. 20% in right now. We're going to work our way through this. All right, so Ocean got our little pullback, our short. playing the 5-minute money on its way down. So as long as we see weakness in the money line, right, that's what we want to see. The 5 minutes is already showing. 15-minute is showing weakness. We need a trend here. 3 minutes about to get a moon. We have our trend, but more importantly on our 1 hour, which is what we're trading, we have the 1 hour move down. There's a bounce. This is really where we wanted to get into this trade, but we're kind of on the middle side. 1 hour already crossed over. So now a lot of times, guys, depending on the coin that we're trading, we'll have more action, but this coin looks like it did a little bit of work here. And I like the fact if I'm looking at a 1 hour or let's say a 30-minute, I want to have a some type of target for a trend area. All right, Ocean. Let me see my alert. 15 minutes short. Ocean. That's what I need. All right. So far, FET. Let me see. Okay, so we need to. That's what's wrong with these alerts there on Binance. Okay, so they shouldn't be too far off. So storage 1 hour red trend. LDO. What's up, Joey Brown? Can you check the realm chart? What we're gonna look at first? Who posted that first one, man? Hey, Sully. Yo, what up, baby? Sully. What up, Sully? All right, let's go in here. All right, so we have 1 inch here, which I haven't seen on the chart for a while. LTC storage, CVR. 1 inch is on here quite a few. 1 hour green trend, 1 hour green trend. Let's go back a little bit here. FET is a green trend, green trend. Yes, sir. How you feeling? LDO. I haven't traded LDO, but that's on there. Front. 1 hour red trend. All right, let's go look at. I do like storage. All right, so what is 1 inch storage? FET. CRV, storage, LTC, LDO. So storage. Let's go look at storage. So storage has a 1 hour red trend. I haven't looked at storage in a second. Let's go look there. And guys, just so you know, there is a short on ID happening right now, as well as Ocean. And we're just running these out right now. All right, let's see storage. What's that ticker? STORJ, right? STORJ, yeah. All right, now this got a 1 hour red trend, right? So let's go in there. All right, so here we're screaming 1 hour red trend, right? Here's your 1 hour moon. This is what I'm talking about as far as like the next thing you guys will be learning is watching your moon here, right? So the evolution of your 1 hour alerts is also to get yourself into a spot where after you see a pullback on your 1 hour trend, when you get a 1 hour moon, right, it starts to look for a long. You can see here, you guys see how that money line came up and the 1 hour moon came and there was a pullback. That's the pullback you buy right in here, right? So storage is actually making its move to the top here. So for the pullback here, I would be looking for a 15-minute red moon here. And trend to begin a short. So we obviously missed storage here. Storage had a big move. Let's go back to our Ocean. So Ocean right now we're doing a 75x. Our goal is to get to 50% on any trade that we make, 30 to 50%. Once their percent gets past 15, we go to our stop loss, goes to 0, and that's where we're at right now. So far we're at 19%. We need to get that up a little bit. All right, storage is still pushing. Let's see. All right, 21% on ocean. Remember, guys, staying within your system, man. 21%. 20. The good goal is master 50% and then take 20% every time, right? So right now we're going to start with a small bag. So this is the beginning side of a course here. So we'll be using small bags as examples so that we can build these wallets up, and guys can see like what it's like to use a small bag, and then this bags will become bigger over the next couple weeks, and then we'll be trading a little bit bigger. But it doesn't take a lot of money to make money. We're using leverage here, so we got 16%, 16 on a 21x leverage. We're going to work this up. So chip by chip, compounding dollar by dollar. We're going to get to the spot where we need to be. But we want to be disciplined to where wins are set 20 to 30, 40, 50% with moving stop losses. And we want to take those home. We're not too worried about letting it trying to extend or run when we're already up. Not like a spot trade for us. All right. All right. All right. Get some support here right there. We're all trended out. Okay, so now storage. Need a 15-minute. What else we got? Okay, so that's a little bit different. So 1 hour red, 1 hour LDO, LDO. Let's go look at LDO real quick. Sometimes they match up, like sometimes they won't on there. All right, here's our 1 hour, 15-minute. Look at my 1 hour. And this is what I'm talking about here, guys, is so when you start seeing the alerts, obviously you see right here, we have a, what was it, 757. So LDO just came out with a 1 hour green trend, right? Let's go look over here. You have your 1 hour. It's a little bit different because you have your different exchanges. But what the 1 hour trend is, when it pops back in, it just means it's getting some type of juice in here, right? So we can see this little push up here that happened. And then it send off a little bit of alert there. But what we want to do here is take advantage of the short on an LDO. And that starts with a 1 hour red moon. See that 1 hour red moon right there? Now, what we want is a 15-minute pullback, right? So we need a 15-minute moon and trend to take advantage of a trade, right? Let me mark that off here. So what I want you guys to get used to is like working your 1 hour alerts whenever they come up, right? So for instance, if we have a 1 hour moon, right? So let's start setting 1 hour moons, right? So moons will give you a little more in there. Be right back. All right, brother. Sycamore Hill. What up, bro? So what we're going to do here, man, how is XMR looking? XMR. I'll take a peek in a sec, brother. All right, so what we want to do here is just solidify some simple steps here, guys. So if you're in the Discord, 1 hour trends, obviously we see how those work, and now what we want to do here is get into where we dig a little bit more into the 1 hour moons, right? So this will dictate our shorts and our longs and be a little more proactive. So I'm going to put a moon on LDO, right? So now what I'm going to do on my 1 hours, I need to change the crossing here. I need to put it on 1 minute, and I don't need all that. I just need that to happen there, and then I'm going to create that. So now I want to get alerts on these 1 hour moons. So that's what you're going to see me doing here as we move forward, is setting up the moons on here. Looks like our 15-minute here on our ocean is going to bounce here, so we got to respect our RSIs, let them reset and push up. So no matter what, 5 minutes coming down, 15, it's kind of like an in-between, but 15-minute is, starting to bend there. So it looks like Ocean's going to have its little bounce. This is why it's important, guys, when you're taking profits, right? 20% profits is a good way to go, right? You don't push anything, move your stop losses. 20 to 30% is what you really want to take out of every trade and let it run, right? So if you get 27%, put your stop loss at 20, right? More than likely, as you move forward, keep your stop loss tight as you get in those 20% zones, because they're going to be bounces, they're going to be moves to the other side, and then you're going to be stuck where it can easily flip on you right there. So my stop loss took profit, and now we can look at this trade and say, okay, let's see how we're doing on the other side here for a bounce move here. So ocean. All right, so digging into ocean here, 15-minute move down, and we're going to claim in here. We're gonna be looking for a moon and a trend here for our long positions here. I don't think this is going to bounce too much here. Kind of like an in and out here. All right, LDO. Let's see where we're at. So LDO, 1 hour, moon. There we go. 15-minute moon and trend. All right, here's your moon. There's your trend. There's your pullback. And this is what we want to start closing in on this week. 2% gains, right? So there was a 2%er. Let's go to... So if you guys have any coins that you're tracking right now and it pops up, let me know and we'll jump in there. What do we got there? Alf, what up, baby? So Alf's inside the chat, guys. Moon Master. So let's dig into some of these other charts that we have and kind of take a look at the overall, right? So for instance, here's your 1 hour on LDO, right? So we want to start setting our moons. Now that we know how to set alerts on trends, we're going to move to moons, right? Here's a moon, right? Moon pops up. 15-minute moon and trend. That's our entry. 15-minute moon and trend. Same thing right there. So this is the trade that we want to. What program is your site? Is this what program, sir? Site? What? Hey, can you answer that, Alfie? All right. So this is the trade that we'll be working on this week. Very simple. It's going to be the 1 hour moon, 15-minute, etc., etc., and we're going to work into those trades there. And working with our RSIs, obviously.
What was the question? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, he said something on that. Was it what program or site is this? I think he said Trading View would be the answer, I think. Yeah, I was looking at the TikTok dude, man. I was reading the TikTok guy out there. So, I think once we get the alerts set on MEXC so we can actually be what we're looking at, I think we'll be well off here. So now what we're going to do this week is we got the 1 hour trends going. So guys have alerts that they have seen. And now we're just going to tighten these up a little bit more and dig into a little bit closer. So we're not going to go super close, but we're going to take a 1 hour moon. So as long as we're setting alerts on 1 hour moons, we're going to look for entries on the 15-minute moon and trend. So that's what I want to dig in here. So here we go, 15-minute. And then if you have a trade that happens like this, you can actually let it run out, bounce, and then once it bounces, get back into the second half of this leg here. What are we trading? Joyce. So Joyce, right now we are trading Ocean, and we're working on LDO and ID right now. So we're just kind of like, we have no alerts right now. So we're just waiting for the action to come to us. I've been noticing it's been a very slow roll of things. Let me take ID. Let's pick up engine number 9. All right, here goes engine. You see right there. So I'm gonna start setting alerts on engine's moon. So we'll be working on the. Make sure you move your crossing over here. That'll be engine. So this we're gonna spend our time on for the next day. So tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna hop on early too. So I know if you're in California, LA, and all that other stuff, you won't catch me. But I'm gonna hop on in the morning time, probably about 9 o'clock and 9:30, 10 area. Get that first morning move. I want to see what these markets are doing right now because they seem to be not a lot of value here. So I want to see what the day's doing. So here's a 1 hour moon, right? So once we have our 1 hour moon alert, which is what I just set, then what I look for is a 15-minute moon and trend trade, 15-minute moon and trend. That's what we just got. So that will be the trends that we work over, and then focusing on the continuation, which would be after these bounce, a 30-minute time frame catching the next push down. All right, so now let's see here.
We see, I don't know, H bar, whether it's become a good short.
H bar.
Bumped a lot.
What's the 1 hour?
By the 1 hour.
Starfield, let's go. Guys, if you want some gems, hit ones in the chat. If you guys want some gems, I don't know if I really want to give out that gem. Anybody get into that stupid crazy monkey? Crazy frog? All right, what you talking about? You talking about H bar?
H bar.
I did.
Who got in there?
Me. Carlos.
Oh yeah, man, you posted it, you bum. What's it up, man? What are you 5x now or what?
Well, it was 3x at first, and then so I took the initial, and then just let the rest ride. I'm still good.
Yeah. I saw it was. I think you got in. It was like 1-4. Now it's like 3-4.
Yeah.
How's the gas fees on? Now, are you getting in and out? Well, the one thing I noticed about that I didn't mind, it was on what's it, Casper? Let me see. It was on the one exchange, so it was different than you could use. And normally it was a KY Cabers swap.
Yeah.
So I think they're a little bit cheaper when you swap on there.
Yeah, it was hard to figure that one out. Well, not too hard. It was a little bit tricky because I was trying to transfer the ING from XP, but it's not the same. It wasn't injective. So I had to do it through KuCoin.
Through KuCoin. Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have to download. Send injective on that network, and so I did it on KuCoin because it wasn't the same from XP because it was the Ethereum.
So the Oh yeah. You have to walk. So basically, so you're talking about on Caber swap.
Yeah.
So you were swapping engine for Crazy Frog?
No. That's all. I thought you were talking about the other one. No, for Crazy Frog, I did it just on Uniswap.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, man, because I seen it could do Kraber. You see the Kyber swap?
Oh no,
Yeah,
okay.
Kyber swap was on there.
I thought you were talking about the other one that I posted.
No, you're talking about. Let me pull that up, man. So that was so for this one, I did get a chance to look at it. I saw something like a dog coin. Let me see, what is it? Crazy Frog. All right, let me see. I know you posted. So what do you have to do? You have to.
Crazy Frog went crazy.
Oh yeah. The first meme on engine. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So basically, the dog one is an engine one. So you need. So how you swapping that out? Is this even on Dex Tools?
So
let me pull it up real quick.
No.
Cardano is going to $1.50 max. It's not going to move. See how it has the ninja on there? So is that an NFT?
No, it's not. It's a coin.
It's not this one. Ninja. Yeah, it's none of these, right? All right, let's go take a look. All right, so on the dog, there we go. All right, the first meme coin on Ejective Protocol. It's a dog, but it has nunchucks. All right, how's that one
Watch, I
doing?
just posted the link. That one is a little bit down because it's a little bit tricky to
buy.
buy it.
Yeah, because what do
Yeah.
they buy on Helix, buy on Astrosport, buy on Coin Hall? All right, they got all these exchanges that nobody buys on. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that and see
But
how
that's
that.
good. Sometimes it's good sometimes when it's a little bit tricky to buy, sometimes it's good.
Yeah, because it's going to take. I mean, because right. So you got so Engine is going to take off. So if you guys are going to do, if you have a big bag or you want to hold something, Engine will do. Oof, let's see where Engine's at right now. Engine's a long hold, right? So a long hold for it's if you're holding. I hate to say it, man. If you guys, if you guys are holding XRP, no, you might want to take half of it and put it in Engine. Just saying. Not financial
No, no,
advice.
XRP.
Yeah, I mean it's just it's gonna hold the it's not gonna do too much on there. All right, so like here, so I mean on this one here, Engine, you're looking for. I mean this thing is just fucking exploding. They have their they're opening up their swap, they're opening up everything on there. I mean, geez, imagine you know picking up when you're supposed to. But yeah, this thing's probably gonna do 100, $200, 150. Engine's big. That's gonna be a massive coin.
Oh.
Like that thing is blowing up. Let's see the last 7 days.
You don't think a pullback for Engine because ICP is doing a pullback.
Yeah. They always pull back, bro. Always pull back. Right. You should not. You should if
What's the trajectory
if
for
you're
that
buying a coin ever,
from?
any coin that you buy, you should always buy the pullback. Right. If it's a coin that you believe in. Right. If it's a coin that you believe in, there's always an opportunity. Right. No matter what you do, the coin always comes back. So don't chase it because it's remember this is a money game, right? So whoever got in here in the beginning for money is going to come back and they got to sell, and then after they sell, it's not. It's the problem is people don't once they sell they don't stay out, right? So they'll sell and then they'll look at it and they'll be like, you know what, it's going up again, and then they'll buy, and and then at that point you're just kind of going back and forth on everything. So whatever goes up has to swing back around. So you'll be in a good scenario at the end of the day. Hold on, let's see what we. But yeah, Engine's a strong coin, man. Engine's going to lead most of the bull run for sure. So this is an interesting, an NFT. So dog with nunchuck. So when you buy it's a coin. So it's a meme coin, but that's the fucking address. Factory Engine. That's the address.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I tried to log on to that and it wouldn't let me for whatever reason. It said I didn't have my VPN on, but then I put it on and went back in. I still couldn't link up to see how to buy it.
Markets page, revamp, easy coin chain swaps, transfer via. Okay. Let's take a look at this chart here. So 3 cents right now for Ninja. Interactive's infrastructure is under heavy load at the moment. They're hauling over there. Let this kick off. Shit, 1/100th of a penny on the 17th. Oof. Guys, yeah, if you got to get into what are you guys? Does the link not work? Hold on. Let me get an invite here.
What kind of wallets can you connect?
Send a Gmail. So if you're trying to get in the Discord, guys, make sure you send a Gmail. Gay Ken, what up, man? Good day, sir. Send a Gmail to VC Crypto Nation, the name of the channel at Gmail, VC Crypto Nation at Gmail. I think you can connect any wallet in it. I mean, it's a swap, right? So Engine is just a swap. I'd
No,
say.
it has to be under the injective network.
Oh shit! Here we
You can
go.
use what I did. I used the what is it, the Kepler dashboard, the Kepler wallet. That's what I had to do.
Oh, so Kepler wallet is working. Okay, okay. So here's your choose a
Yeah,
network. All right, okay. So you can choose Terra. Let's pick let's see what we can do here. Let's pick Terra Classic. Oh, okay, there. So that's what you used right there. So you went with that. So
yeah,
Kepler, Terra, Kepler, Injective. I mean, they say pick a network, and then they use the same fucking wallets. So so you can use Station, Kepler, Leap, or Cosmos Station. Okay. And then you just swap over one of the coins there. So this has really low gas fees, right? I'd say
yeah.
this would be pretty cheap for engine, right? I've never really like done too much swapping on engine. Hmm. Osmosis. Nah. So if you guys are buying this meme coin, you need the Kepler. Interesting. Let's see if that even failed to connect wallet extensions. That's crazy. Multi networks, guys. Multi networks. All right, so yeah, interesting coin. Engine definitely something to be on, but for me, it's engine. Engine's the main breakdown as far as a coin goes. All the extra little things. This is another one that, at the end of the day, I don't think this one came up. Joey, you there, bro? Joey Brown popped on, and Joey was looking at this, and he was like, I'm looking at Chat AI. I pulled it up. This popped out on the March this year. Took a big dump, bounced, which was interesting, bounced again, and then at that point, kind of settled down, kind of what we've seen, but it looks like it's picking up a little bit of movement there. But at the end of the day, if it goes anywhere near what it was looking like earlier, it's not too shabby. Possibilities, man. So put it on the watch list, something you guys can look at. This one's on the Jupiter network, right? So Jupiter's pretty interesting, but Pancake is it, so that's what made that interesting right there. Let's see here. What's the best place to keep your crypto? Can you put it on like a thumb drive? I mean, you can't put it on a thumb drive, but that's kind of what it works off of. You need a you need some type of wallet. I mean, honestly, to keep your wallet, to me, I know everyone wants to use like cold storage, um, they want to be able to access. So if you have big bags that you're holding and you're just gonna, you know, put in this, kind of like put away. The problem is, okay, so here's how it goes, right? So let's say you buy a Nano X, right? Or a Nano whatever, right? You use a Nano, and at the end of the day, you have your ledger, and if you lose that ledger, right, you lose your crypto. Now, I was talking to somebody. I think that they had something where if you put in your password or something like that, they were able to like actually um, move the money, which I don't think is right. But I would say that, I mean, the easiest place to keep your crypto would not on an exchange, right? So a wallet, so a Trust wallet, a MetaMask. I mean, personally, I like Trust wallet, but some type of wallet, MetaMask, Trust wallet. So that way, no matter where you're at in the world, if you have access to internet, then you have access to your money. So that's kind of like the key to that. So I don't like the Nano X because, um, you know, you could be anywhere and somebody looks at your key ring and you got your Nano X on your key or whatever, right? You don't want to be at that situation. But I would say keeping it on Trust Wallet, MetaMask would be a decent thing. All right, we were talking about H bar, right? When we were talking about H bar, all right, H bar short. Okay, here's your 15-minute. Um, and your 15-minute trend, a push, and this does look like a nice one. All right, so let's go back and kind of like walk through the basics, right? Because we want to be in the same scenario where we see a one hour move, right? Once again, set our alert on there. We get a 1 hour moon. I'm going to put an alert on here. I don't trade H bar too much, but it is starting to become a very lucrative coin right now. So since it's in the news on the thing, I'm going to set this here, and I'm going to set a 1 hour crossing here, right? So I'm going to start setting these 1 hours. Once we have a 1 hour moon, right, then as soon as we get a moon, we're going to slide into the 15-minute. Every moon is a 15-minute pullback. Here's your 15-minute moon. Here's your 15-minute trend. There's our pullback. Now this one really hasn't pulled back as much as it could. That was a very small pullback on there. Let me take a look here. 15-minute trend somewhere in this section here. Let's take a peek. Does it get a 1%? Oh, it does. It gets a 2%. So, you know, that first move is already done. You know, you can look for these pullbacks and try to, you know, anytime you see these big wicks going on, try to buy into those wicks, and then eventually you'll get that second move. But since this already made two moves, I don't like to push it up. Would it be secure or still the same if I keep it in the Coinbase? Well, I mean, okay, so that's the problem, right? So now what we're saying, Jacob, is this, right? If you put it in an exchange, now doesn't Coinbase? You guys have Coinbase, right? And there's Coinbase Exchange and there's Coinbase Wallet, right? Coinbase Wallet, guys, that's like MetaMask, right? Like a trust wallet.
Yeah.
So I think.
But the fees are super high on that Coinbase wallet.
Oh shit, you. So I mean, okay, so yeah, I wouldn't. So what we're trying to do, Jacob, is like, you know, the only way to really have your crypto safe is literally to have it on a wallet, right? So your wallet where you have your keys. You know what they say, your keys, your crypto, or what does Elon Musk say? Your wallet, your crypto. What's he say? Yeah, they were giving shit about it, but yeah, your keys, your wallet. So at the end of the day, man, you want to have it where you're on a wallet, right? So any wallet, not an exchange, right? If you're on an exchange, then something can happen to the exchange and you can't log in because the exchange is down, or the exchange is shut down by the SEC, or the exchange has the SEC come in and they want to make sure they're saving you from losing your money, and the SEC shuts down the exchange and takes all the money and says, "We told you not to fucking buy crypto," right? Kind of like bully you. That's always the funniest thing to me. The SEC is here to save you, boys. We're going to take all the fucking money and then we'll try to get you a couple dollars, all right? Don't worry, the boys are here. We're here for you. All right, so that's that.
Robinhood did the same thing too. They locked
Yeah.
you out of your account.
Any exchange, guys. Any exchange, guys. So make sure you understand, like, if you're going to protect your crypto, make sure you have it on a wallet, you know, your own wallet, something that you can get in and out of. All right, so H bar. So H bar has its first move. You see here it created a second move. To me, after two moves, I'm just better off waiting for it to recycle. What's a recycle, right? A recycle means that we get a moon, right? A 15-minute moon, and that 15-minute moon go back to red, right? Meaning a moon reset. What's a moon reset? 15-minute red moon, 15-minute red trend, moon goes green, trend stays red, moon goes back to red, matching the trend again, creating a second short opportunity, right? Or the recycled opportunity, right? So right now, once this trade happens, I would say that H bar is definitely going to bounce here before it does anything. And then if you're looking at your 1 hour, so if you're rookies inside the Discord, guys, make sure you understand that there's always two moves to everything. And what we talk about is not trading against your RSIs. So this goes for everybody out there, guys. If you're trading a coin, you get let's say, an alert, right? Somebody tells you that a coin is going to go up or down. If the relative strength index RSI is on the bottom, a lot of times you want the 1 hour to be at least headed up. You want the no matter minimum. You don't want to trade against the 30 or the 15-minute. So minimum the 30-minute RSI, which right here is bottomed out, looks like it's going to come up on H bar, so H bar will bounce. The 15 minutes is already headed up, so H bar is going to go up here. So H bar is going to bounce here. Now when it's done bouncing, if it gets a green moon and pushes hard, then we'll get a nice extra short. If it rejects off the green moon, then we'll get another short, but it won't be as juicy as the other one. But that's some basics that will go in there. So right now, we just want to get into a rhythm of setting alerts. The more the market doesn't have that much volume going around, this is where you get in here and you just kind of like get yourself set some alerts, and learn how to just get ready for the next trades, right? So here's Ocean. We need a 1 hour. There we go. Here's your 1 hour push. Money's coming down. All right, so 1 hour is in there. 1 hour trend's in there. So now we need our 1 hour is bending down. 15-minute is what we're looking here. So once this 15-minute starts to head back down, then we'll see where we're at with Ocean on there. But that's what you guys want to focus on, is just, being patient in here. So we're going to set 1 hour moon alerts, right? So guys, go back, make sure you understand all we're doing to set a 1 hour is always the 1 hour time frame, right? We're just right clicking, adding alert to the VC Crypto Nation indicators once per bar. The only thing you have to change is 3-minute crossing. Make sure it is crossing, period. What that means is every time the money line and the sell line cross, that means there's a moon, right? And once there's a moon, that's what we want to see. So that's where we're at right now. Now for us, anytime we see the 15-minute, we want to see it, creating what's called moon resets, right? What's a moon reset? The moon and the trend become a color. There's a move. The move comes back down. The moon changes, but then goes back to that. So what we're looking at right now is on Ocean is a 15-minute green moon trend, and then getting another 15-minute green moon to push this up. And then we'd be looking to short Ocean once this move happens, right? Because the short already happened twice, right? That's what I was talking about. So here's your first short on Ocean, and then the second short on Ocean, right? So a lot of times these moves, they have to bounce to get space, right? So that's what we're waiting on there. H bar is in the same scenario, and all depends on what type of value. LDO, we have a 1 hour moon. Here's the first pullback, and we'd be waiting for the 15-minute to reset, and this one actually is getting close. So notice here we have the opposite of what we were looking for on the other ones. A red moon, red trend, there's our short. Now we have a 15-minute moon pushing up, pushing up. When we get another red moon on the 15-minute, then we'll take advantage of another short on this one right here, which will probably take us down to this trend line, right? So not too shabby. It's about 3% move, so we're just being patient. So we need a 15-minute red moon on LDO. So if I want a 15-minute moon, right click, and these alerts I'm going to get rid of after they hit because I don't want to hang around too much. But you can also, if you want to track your favorite coin to see what's happening, another way to do this is, let's say that you want to focus on your 15-minute trades, right? Which would be smart. Go to your 15-minute moons, right click, add the alert once per bar. Change it to crossing because you're doing a moon. You need crossing. This is going to be the 15-minute, right? And what this is going to do is allow you to see more alerts come up, and you can go check your moon alerts to see which ones they are. So if you're paying attention and getting yourself set up, if you're getting a moon where it's a moon, trend, moon, and back to a reversal, then you can play that trade. It's a moon reversal trade, right, on the 15-minute. This will also give you alerts to trades that are coming up. So then you can see if the 1 hour is basically the 1 hour moon's there for you. If the 1 hour moon's there, then you can go ahead and get in your trade. So this might be a better way for guys who are using pro or looking at entries, setting 15-minute alerts to go look at the 1 hour. But you never lose track that the 1 hour is the trade. That makes sense, guys? Does that seem easier for you guys? Don't forget, tomorrow is Tesla Moon. Moon soon? What's tomorrow, man? Tesla Moon. Shelly, what's up, man? Russ, man, welcome in, guys. Welcome in, man. Don't forget to share the live, guys. We're going through some charts. Get yourself squared away here. Hey, Discord, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got a question. So when you set to LDO, when it gets the other 15 red moon, is that when we enter at the red moon?
Yeah, which one, Ocean or H bar?
LDO.
Oh,
You were
LDO.
talking
Okay.
about LDO.
Yeah. So what we're doing is, so this is called a moon reset. Okay. What it basically is that
Yeah.
when once you get a moon in a trend, right, with everything going in that direction. So right now we have the 1 hour letting us know we're in a short. We got our short already. We missed it. We got a moon, and now what we want that to do is come back to another red moon. So as long as that trend doesn't turn green on us, we should be in a good spot. If it does turn green and pushes up, we're still in a good spot. It just means we'll be a little bit climbing a little bit higher. As long as the 1 hour stays where it needs to be, right? Because we want to trade with the 1 hour trend. So as long as the 1 hour has our moon and trend, which it's still working on here, that'll be the side. So we have a 1 hour red moon giving us the trend in a negative way, bearish, and then we just need that 15-minute red moon, right? So it's just working through its process.
So
Yeah.
do we enter at the 15-minute red moon?
Yeah. Because you already have a trend.
That was my question.
Yeah, you already have a trend. So you just need that moon.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll give you ways to get into these high leverage trades a lot quicker and catch those quick moves on them.
Yeah.
Right. So like, let's look at Ocean. Ocean is a little bit different where on Ocean we're working with our 1 hour. This one we have the 1 hour moon, but we popped the trend. So we had our pullback, right? So let's look at LDO, right? So there's LDO, and LDO is kind of going through the same scenario. So 1 hour moon came in, there's a pullback. We didn't get a trend though, right? Which lets us know it's got a little more volume than Ocean. When you go to Ocean, Ocean had its pullback right here, right? So here's where Ocean first came out. So moon came in, pullback, pushed up, and then finally got its red trend up here to come back down, right? Where LDO is in the same scenario where red moon is pushed down, it's pushing up right now, then it'll get its red trend, and then we'll see that second move, right? So right now, getting everyone to focus on the 1 hour is what we need to do. And now that we're focusing on our 1 hour trends, now we need to start focusing on getting better on our entry, right? And this is where we move to the 1 hour moons, which allows us to see a lot more action, right? So here, when you catch a moon and then your trend, you get a big pullback, right? On this one here, we're getting the moon, but we didn't get our trend, so we're getting a bounce. You see what I'm saying? Which comes down to, with the bounce, means our 15 minutes going to go through its system, which is moon, trend, moon, and then as soon as we get a red moon here, or that we start heading towards it, which is, it looks like we're heading towards it right now. Yeah. So as soon as we get a red moon there, we should continue on with our journey here. Let's see, Ocean. Ocean, we got our moon, we caught our trend. So Ocean should be giving us a little something here. Let's see what the 15-minute is. So with Ocean, the 1 hour is ready to go. The only thing we're waiting for is the 15-minute red trend to come in because we already have the moon. We just need the trend. So that's what we're waiting for on there. My Paula will be here tomorrow. Let's go. What's Paula? Is that a robot? What is that? What is Paula, bro? Anybody know what was Paula? Was that a coin you guys trade? Paula. Oh, your ID. Oh shit. Let's go. Yeah, man. Congrats, bro. Yeah. You got your paper coming in, huh? A lot of those IDs have been stuck in customs, bro. How long was yours in customs? Let's go. Been 2 months? Yeah. Definitely got to get that done, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to have that. So in the Discord, guys, we got to run you guys. Have you guys got your like your what they call them, the Paula IDs? Did you get your dual residencies? So if you don't have, a lot of
I'll be
people,
getting mine next month.
yeah, his just came in 2 months, 2 months. Yeesh.
What other country do you become a citizen of?
It should have been the. Let me see. Here we go. Paula ID. That is the Republic of Paula. So it's the Republic of Pula.
And why Pula?
PALAU. No, I mean they're just running a quick, easier thing there. So, yeah. Which one did you pick on there? Did you go with your? Are you going? Are you? Which one did you go with, Joe? Did you go with the? What were we bending here finally? Did you go with like what? What did you go with? A dual, like your regular dual citizenship, like Mexico or um?
Well, I have a birth certificate that says I was born there, which I wasn't, but I can be a dual citizen because my dad was born there. So I'm flying down to my wife's little town
Mhm.
and going to the consulate, and you have to get like a Mexican ID first, and then with that ID, then you can get your passport, and then you have your dual citizenship where you can start opening up bank accounts. But the reason why we're doing it is because to own property in Mexico, you have to have called an NA. You have to have that ID, otherwise you can't own anything. And then I can have dual citizenship and transfer money from banks from here to there, which is what I'm trying to do. And then you know how you were talking about the ledger earlier?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember what 2 years ago we kept saying is the best thing about the ledger is if you put all your crypto on it and you're in the States and the IRS comes after you, can say, you know, I dropped it when I was on my yacht, so I lost all my money.
Lost all my money.
So then I lost my money, fell off my yacht, fell in the ocean.
That's
It's
how it
somewhere
is.
off the island of Ibiza.
I lost it, man.
I lost it. That's all you got to tell them. I lost my wallet.
Yeah, so right now, the guys, if you haven't got your dual, so what these guys are doing is, so Paula, like the Republic of Paula, is a where they don't have any taxes right there, so they're like a digital residency, right? So it's like they don't uh, it's like an identification document, certification of the citizenship, so it fully goes through, right? They don't impose any taxes on income that you make outside of their country. So as long as you're not making money inside of Pola, then they don't even charge on there. That's something that we'll do in the we'll run that. We've got to run that by on the Discord anyways for the guys who are um, setting that self up. So that way, if they have any problems with KYC or tax wise and stuff like that, you can move your stuff around on there, man. So that's pretty cool right there, guys. So if you're in crypto, it's definitely worth getting into. All right, let's see. Ocean. All right, Ocean getting a little weak. LDO. There we go. So LDO is looking like it's getting ready. Then let's take a look at the leverage on LDO. LDO, the rodeo. We're at 9 o'clock. All right. LDO. What's the 1 hour? All right. You see these. So we got to get these alerts popped up. Changed over to MEXC so that we get them a little bit quicker. But I'm setting all my alerts on the 1 hour moons. So what I want you guys now is like as you start to set your alerts, you can put them on your 15-minute trend, right? And you can, that way you're getting a little in here. Storage 1 hour green trend, right? So let's go back to storage. Let me take a look at engine.
Storage seems to be flipping a lot. Like storage is like every hour, 1 hour green, 1 hour red, 1 hour green, 1 hour red.
Yeah, it's in consolidation. Let's see what engine is. So I want to take a peek here. All right, engine here. We don't have a 1 hour red trend here, but we got the 1 hour moon. So we'll get a bounce here on engine, which looks like we did. So now we need a 15-minute, which we have, and the trend, right? So that's See how quickly that works, man. So what we have to do is like tonight, like let me look at when these come in, man. Let me see a time frame here. Okay. 7:45. Yeah, I like this. I like this 7 o'clock time. We just got to get into trading a lot quicker. 1 hour moons and trend sides 6 o'clock. So yeah, 6 o'clock would be.
Yeah, this time is the worst for me, but I'll come to it anyway because I need to learn this stuff.
Yeah, I think we're gonna roll. I think 6 o'clock
You
would
do it, I
be.
come.
Yeah, I think we'll do the 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock hour. We want to catch these kind of rolled out, but this is what we're looking at. Just kind of do the prelims, the 1 hour moon,
You
right?
also
So
do these in the morning, correct?
yeah, you can do these in the morning. We're gonna jump in the mornings here. So
Yeah.
we
I'm
just
gonna jump in the morning because once I can start getting up earlier.
yeah. And then so here, the
Real quick
moons.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you trade on TradingView or is it
No,
MEXC?
MEXC charts on TradingView.
Okay. I got locked out of MEXC for whatever reason for 24 hours, but I got to wait till tomorrow to put funds in it because that's what I was going to try to do last night and it locked me out.
Did
I don't know what I did, but
you KYC or no? So when you set it up, did you set it up via
nope,
email?
I didn't. I set it up via email,
Yeah. As long as you
but
use email.
I didn't KYC. I didn't KYC.
Yeah, I always do email, and then when you do the security, do your Google Authenticator.
Well, that's what happened. I went to Google and it let me log in, but then it locked me out. So I thought maybe because of my Google account or something. I don't know. I'll try it again tomorrow. If not, I'll reach out to you so we
Yeah,
can square that away.
yeah. Take a peek at that.
Another thing, when you've got your Google Authenticator, back it up. I deleted my Google Authenticator app, re-added it thinking, okay, everything's synced and stored in the cloud, etc., whatever. And I wasn't able to get back into Mexi because you haven't got your two factor authentication to either withdraw or send funds, etc. And in the end, I had to. The only way to reset your Google Authenticator is to actually KYC.
Oh, whoa,
So
whoa, 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 whoa.
I've had to do that. So I've set up another Mexi, but I've had to KYC just to withdraw the funds that I've got on that Mexi account. Otherwise, they're stuck in there. I
Oh,
can't withdraw, but you have to use your Google Authenticator. So don't once you put on Google Authenticator, don't delete it. But you can. But you
Well,
can
that'll
back up.
create a
You
problem
can
for
see
me
your
because
code.
I'm from the States, so we can't trade on MXC. So if it
So you use a
KYCs me,
VPN.
I'm done. Yeah, that's what I do. I do a VPN to get in. I think that's why mine logged me out because I logged out without a VPN. Then I came back out, turned the VPN, went back on, and wouldn't let me in. So I think that's what happened.
yeah, more than likely.
And then I might have problems with
KYC's.
my authenticator where my phone, I don't know what happened to it, but my authenticator was off like 4 minutes. So every time I put the authenticator code in, it wouldn't work. And I was freaking out because the market was crashing. I was trying to sell
You
my
know,
print,
I
and I
think
couldn't.
Mexi might be doing that deliberately because the reason I deleted my authenticator was because the codes that I put in were always coming up as an error. So I thought, okay, I'm going to delete it and re-add it. I tried everything else, and I think that, well, in the UK anyway, that it's just kind of a way to force you to try and KYC. But yeah, to withdraw my fund, I've had to stand up there with a picture with my driving
Yeah,
license
hold
and a
it.
note. I did it first with just my driving license, but I've set up another Mex, and all I'm going to do now that that one's KYC'd, just withdraw my funds just to my new Mexi account.
Yeah, they said if I wanted to open MX now, that I could. I had to go to customer service, and then, like you said, send a picture of myself with my ID. But if I send them that, then I can't trade on it. So I was like, nah, I'll just wait 24 hours and log back in.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not trading right now. Like, this is only my third day, so I'm not even close to trade.
Something like that happened to me too with the app. I wasn't able to log in to Mexi, so I deleted the app. Well, I first cleared all the data on the app, and then I deleted it and reinstalled it, and I was able to log in.
Okay.
Try that tomorrow.
Whenever you're using the Google Authenticator, you've got backup codes that you can, backup keys that you can use. Make sure you use them, and then also you can export all of your codes. If you don't do that, like what I've done now, if you ever have to delete the app, you're stuck. If you've got any of them backup keys, or if you've exported the data, then you can retrieve them. Otherwise, you're effed.
Oof.
One thing is, I'm here in Florida. Well, I'm in Florida right now.
Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 3 hours behind me. You're ahead of me.
Yeah. But I didn't have that Google Authenticate. I didn't have that. I just deleted the app, reinstalled it, and I was able to log in.
Okay.
Well, you should try that too. See if it works.
But you deleted Mexi and reinstalled Mexi?
Yeah. Mexi.
Okay.
That's what I deleted. Yeah.
Yeah, so I put Mexi on my phone, and that's when I got locked out. Because I did it on the computer, and then I said, let me see how it works on the phone, just to take a look at it. Because I also did TradingView on my phone, and it looks easier to use on the phone than the computer.
It's good to have the app on your phone, because if you ever have another computer you want to log into, you can just scan your QR code. And the app's quite good, but it's off. Personally, trading, I don't like trading on my phone. If you're using a PC, like you've got a stop loss, you can just drag your stop loss up and down and move it. Say you've got a pump that's doing like a wick or something, you can move it up and just keep it a certain bit behind and keep moving it and moving it. If you're using your phone, you have to literally go to your order and then put in the numbers and blah blah blah. You can't. You can trade fine, but you can't react quickly to situations.
Yeah, that's the problem with the phone is your phone's always lagging behind the PC, even when you're buying crypto. And I've noticed big differences between buying on my phone and buying on the PC because, I'm not buying that much, but still, it's $200 that I could have made if I was on the PC, but I was on my phone, which is a few seconds.
When I use my phone, I always have to set a TP. Sometimes if I'm on the PC and I'm watching it, I won't set a TP because I'm watching it so I can watch the 5-minute RSI or the 15-minute RSI and just wait until either them are done or wait for a trend to change. I can react to things. If I'm using my phone, you can't really react in that way, so you just have to say, right, I'm gonna set a stop loss at 30%, and that's my trade, which is good sometimes, it's quite controlled, but
How long have you been doing this for now, Alf?
I've been watching for a long time, maybe a year and a half, probably 2 years. I've been watching VC on and off. I haven't been trading the whole time, and only recently I've started to trade a bit more. I haven't really got intense in trade. I'm starting to now because I'm ready to get out of my 9 to 5, so I'm starting to like kind of build myself up into seeing how much trade I can do a week, how much profits I can take, and see if I can, get there and just manage to match my wage and more, even match my wage a bit less. But obviously, you'd want to look for more. But only I'd say in the last 4 months, I've traded a bit more regularly. But still, it's kind of on and off because I've got so much obligations and I'm working a 9 to 5, so
That's
I'm not really got into my groove properly yet.
Yeah, I'm not even, like I said, this is my third day here, so I'm still like way lost.
Yeah. But I've been watching so long, I know quite a bit. It just has to become practical. I've got the theory.
Yeah,
he's another theory about sports: those that can do, those that can't teach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing both. He's teaching and working, which I don't know how he does because I watch how fast he moves, and it seems because I got all stressed out the first 2 days watching this, right? But it's because he's going so fast, but it's the same things he's doing over and over again with different coins. So I just watch it going, okay.
You just watch, and it will slowly settle in, and that's kind of what I've done. I remember
Yeah,
when I
that's
started watching, the first time I saw VC, it was the is still and it is still the only person I ever saw and ever seen live trade.
yeah. I started
Everyone's
following him
got the
about 2
talk.
years ago.
Everyone's got the talk.
Yeah, at TikTok is when I started he was watching, and all his calls because that time I was just strictly buying and holding, selling. All his everything he ever said was right. It was like 100%. But I was following four of the guys, but I disagree with him with the end of the bull market last time, right? Because he hits on there and goes, sell your bags, it's done. Right? He goes, get rid of everything. And then everyone else goes, oh no, we still got like 40% to go. And of course, greed. And I just sat there, it dropped 20% one day, 20% the next day. The next thing I know, I'm like, what the hell happened? I still made money, but I lost tons of profit, which is not going to happen. Right? And that's why I want to do this, because with the money I make from my crypto, I'm going to start trading it. So I'm going to empty my bags, put it over here, and just hopefully that's my, whatever else everyone else is doing supposedly. But it's not easy. You have to actually learn. You have to put effort into this.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't been intense in doing any trading, but I've been observing for so long that I've got good knowledge. It just even though I've not been full time on it, it slowly settled in, which has been good. Sometimes things just need to slowly become on you,
Yeah, Alf knows a lot.
depending on what you're working with.
Yeah, Alf knows a lot about it.
Yeah,
He just kind of like he also, when he does theories, right? So a lot of times, I was talking to him the other day. It's harder to trade one thing when you're testing 20 things, And that's kind of like the thing. It's like he's testing everything because we're working on, we're looking at alerts and all types of shit to make this even better, like even easier. Like you're always trying to, you know, push everything through. But at the end of the day, it's like when he settles down and just does some. That's why we do the basic. Like right now, we're doing the basic recourse. Just let's find some. Let's set alerts
And they've been
on 1 hours.
for me,
Huh?
They've been working out. And they've been working out. I've just gone back to like just simple basics.
Yeah. Well,
I've sometimes overcomplicated things, and the simple basics have got me some good wins.
yeah. I mean, that's what makes Sean so good, right? So Sean's the guy that he doesn't know anything about trading. Like he doesn't know what a triangle is. He doesn't know what a bull flag is. He doesn't know anything you're talking about, right? All he knows is, about 6 months ago he came in, never had, just like you, never had trading view, never had anything. And he just, he watched the videos and he does the very first thing he learned over and over and over. And then he just adds like over time, he's like, oh, okay, once your brain sees something, you start to, okay, this makes sense to me. Okay, this is what I'm going to do, right? And then once you implement what makes sense to you with your indicators, then you find a happy medium. Like, oh, okay, this is what I'm going to do, right? The biggest thing is, at the end of the day for crypto is 50% of the time you're going to win a trade that you're in, and 80% of the time you forget to take profits, right? Which makes your ratio terrible, right? And that's really what we have to drive home is that setting a system up and putting yourself to where you're setting profits at a certain level is really the key to everything, right? And I think that's where everybody makes the biggest mistake is they don't take profits. And that kind of takes where, after time you got to go through it and you got to learn it and like, okay, I gotta get better at taking profits here because I keep leaving that on there. So you got to realize when you compound money, that's how it adds up. 30%. What you want to do in the beginning here with the smaller bags is you want to master a 50%, 60%, profit gains. Like every single time you make a trade, you follow XYZ, it does XYZ, and you see it over and over, and you'll see it. And then as you raise your bags, you start lowering your profit intake. So it goes from 50, 55% down to 40%, 45%. Then the bag gets bigger and it becomes 35%. And what you're doing is increasing your money, but you're lowering your risk. And it's very easy. And also it's a way to eliminate emotional. Uh, what time frame you using? So we're using 15 minute right now. So we're going to trade. We're trading on the 1 hour, but I'm on the 15 right now. And what it does is allows you to feel good that okay, I'm putting more money, but I'm also I'm looking for less profits than I normally do. So I'm going to get 35% because I always get 50. Yeah, because human nature is to be emotional, right? And that's why you have to start to remove those emotions as you go through your thing, right? So you're learning how to deal with emotions and habits that just are human, while you're learning a system and a structure to be productive, right? So it's like you have to kind of work yourself through the ABCs, and that's where you find the happy medium, right? So that's where the basis is, and Sean's just a point where he's been when you're new to things, everyone wants to teach you like other things that they do, like charting and look for the pennant and look for the fair value gaps and use these targets. And when you start using targets, now you become a victim to the market makers. Targets and areas to look for are nice as long as the indicators agree, right? So when I'm in a trade, I'm doing my trade, I have a very specific, percent that I'm looking for. Once it gets in there and it hits, I'm done. Now, does it do more? Does it run more? Yeah, I mean, it can do that. I mean, if you want to make more money, then you just start increasing your bags, and doing more trades and finding time in there to get where you want to get, right? So there's ways to make money in simple trades. And that's where people have to kind of like learn their own system. It's the only way to save yourself from yourself, right? All the other things of trying to look for big moves and stuff like that, that just comes as you're in a trade. It'll come more natural when you start seeing things. You'll notice volume is a lot heavier, things are flying, and you're smart enough to go, okay, I'm going to let this run. This thing is hauling ass. Then you'll get the bigger gains that you want during a bull run, right? Right now, you just want to master
Yeah.
entries and movements that you're getting into, so that way you're always set up in a position of like, okay, I'm doing the same thing over and over, and we're seeing the same result. So that's what we're doing right now. So right now it's just getting all the new guys and the old guys back to putting the alerts that make sense for them, right? So I like, the 1 hour trends, so that we know that that's a trade that we're going to be looking for. Now we're going to focus this week on 1 hour moons and 15-minute trends, right? So now we're, piecing together a trade that we can do the same trade. It's still a 1 hour trend, 1 hour moon. 1 hour moons are just volume, and we're just jumping the 1 hour trend by getting into the 15-minute volume trades quicker, right? So it's just as we move through. So now, right now, it's just understanding a simple system that we can run through, put in, and then watch kind of go through the process, and we'll tighten it up, we'll sharpen it up, we'll make it better, and then at the end you'll mentally and physically see how things work, and then you're like, oh, okay, makes sense, right? So okay, things go up and down, these things go this, okay, there's you'll lose a couple trades here and there, and you're just working through the process. But then once we hone everything in, then we become very aggressive and on point with what we're doing. So first things first is getting a system and a structure that you can repeat. And then second is figuring out how much profits you get from that structure, and then tighten it up and make it better, and then start solving the riddle, right? And the biggest riddle to trading is going to be volume. Like that's it. Like if you watch your volume, your money line, and you start to master those two lines, you're going to learn a lot more about trading than you ever expected, because you're going to start seeing how they operate, right? And then when you see trades, you're like, all right, I got to wait for that to happen. I got to wait for that to happen. You'll start eventually getting out of your, jumping a trade, or thinking it's going to happen, right? And because it never, you'll see me like go and slide into a trade, and I'm looking at different scenarios, but the trades really, if we when you follow the indicators, man, they just always work. So I'm always looking at when the market structures change, or when it's going to be different. But the bottom line is, I can't do a short on LDO, even though it looks good, right? Because I'm looking at the price money, I'm looking at all that. High leverage guys, and that's the difference. What type of trade are you doing, right? Now, the money cracking down here, this is probably a good area for a low leverage trade if I'm doing a 10x, right? And this is where you have to decide. We'll have different classes, because um, different trades have different outcomes, right? This is more of an area where you can put a 10x trade and ride this LDO. It makes more sense as it pulls through. High leverage trades, which is where we need to be more precise, right? We need everything to kind of like go our way. And then the thing about high leverage is a lot of times guys will try to be aggressive on a high leverage because they're like, oh shit, I mean, if I can get in a little bit early, right? If I get in a 0.5% early, right, that's the difference of 35 to 40%. Well, if you got a $500 bag, right, or whatever, that's a 100, 200, $300 extra if you guess right, right? So it's enticing, right? But if you just follow and say, okay, you know what, I'm just going to be patient, because what's the goal? The goal is to get the money that you're looking for. If you want $400, you already know the goal. If you want $300, you already know the goal. What are you most invested in?
It's the point of your system, though, right? To take away the guessing. So
Yeah.
use your system and you just go with
Yeah.
that it gives you.
Yeah.
Instead of guessing.
Yeah.
This is what it tells me to do. This is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. And it just comes down to once you start making money. Yeah, because when you start, the thing is that you just got to get away from when you start making money. When you start making money, you become where you just want to scrape out a little more, and that's really the enigma of it. Is like, okay, how do we scrape out a little more? The only way to scrape out a little more is your entry, right? So if you're seeing trades happen, then you can kind of like get your entry on the higher end, right? So to me, it's like, all right, if you want to jump a trade by putting an entry way up here. You know what I mean? Like ask for something bigger, right? And then you're in that situation where you're waiting, right? So, but at the end of the day, for me, it's hard to jump trades and get those extra things if I'm waiting on my indicator, because it's like in my mind, I have an ideal. If I want to make 500, that means I do a $2,000 bag and I get 30%. You see, that's how I get 500.
Yeah.
So so if you're trying to get 500 and you have a $500 bag and you want it to go to 100%, well, now you're putting the odds against yourself, right? So now you need the trade to really
Yeah.
be a hot trade. It has to do a lot of things, and the market has to be in your favor. Like for me, I would do a short to get 100% before I do a long. So if I wanted to do 100% trades, I would definitely do shorts versus longs because it's easier to make money in a short. So there's just how you think of the overall, and that's kind of where everybody has their own you know uh, lesson to learn based on how they are. It's believe me, and to me I kind of like it's the concept of, all right, if I want to make the 500, maybe I should just do 3 trades that take 30% and then make my 500. You know what I mean? Like something simple like that. So do $500 bag, do 30% trades, do 3 trades today. Right? I do it to where I make it the easiest way possible for me to be successful. But that's the one thing that we have to kind of like implement into people, where it's like you have to really just focus on um, how thinking of what amount of money you want, and then working the system in your favor, right? And that's kind of where the key is: spending time going through the trades, going over the entries and what we're looking for again, so that way we start to realize that every time we try to cheat the system, we pay for it, right? It doesn't matter. Even if I do it, I pay for it, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, that's why I like trading.
Greed is the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's why I like
Being
trading with you guys.
greedy on a
Like,
trade.
no matter what I do here, even if I'm looking at this, like, you got to understand, like, all these coins are going to go the direction we want, but it just comes down to like how greedy you are. So jumping in ocean short, we don't quite have the reversal we want here. I mean, at the end of the day, ocean needs a 15-minute trend, right? And we're not getting it. So we're paying the price for being in that short a little bit early, even though we have the moon. And this is where, it's good for guys to watch and go, okay, you can't cheat the system. You know, Once we nail this system down and say, okay, we're just not going to be able to cheat this damn thing. It's just the way it is. The indicators are set up to where they are, you know, based on the money, right? So that's kind of where the hardest thing. I think that's what maybe I don't explain that to the point where it makes sense for everybody. The reason you can't jump these indicators, right, or cheat them or try to outsmart them, is because their entire process is actually based on money. right? So they only move and operate if the money moves and operates. So they're not kind of like they're not really guessing here. They're just moving if money's moving, right? So when they move, the money's there. When they don't move, the money's not there. So it's just the reality of the indicators, right? When you start getting into charting and start thinking of higher highs and higher lows or breakout structures and all these other things, Fibonacci's and stuff like that, you start opening yourself up to the scenario of saying, okay, this is probably going to hit the 618 and then go back down, right? Or I'm going to hit the 5246. But once you do that, you always have to remind yourself that that's my target, but the indicator has to agree at that point, right? So that's kind of the momentum of that's the hardest part is to try to get a little more with Fibonacci's and targets and fair value gaps or support lines 200s and all that other stuff is that now you're putting yourself in that coin flip again where it's great if it hits, but if the indicator is not with you, you're going to go a little bit different. But if I think the biggest thing is if you wanted to, getting to the point where we start thinking more about how to make the money that we want to make, but make it the safest way to make, right? And that's if instead of trying to make $500 in one trade, make $100 five times, right? So I think that's the live trade that we have
I
to.
got a quick question because this is where I'm a little confused as well.
Mhm.
So I know you use the 1 hour indicator and the 15-minute setup. So when you're doing trades, is it a 15? So you're sitting there just looking at it for 15 minutes and you're in and out in 15 minutes and close your trade, or is it an hour that you're in and out?
No, no. Okay, so the trade
That's
is the
my
one
question.
hour. So the 1 hour is the trend. Okay, so what we're doing is here we're running the 1 hour trend. Okay, which
Okay.
means that we want to trade with the 1 hour trend. So you see how it's red back there? So currently this is the
Yeah.
1 hour trend, right? So it's red currently. So that means it's in a downward motion. So right now it's
Right.
getting weaker, right? So we look for shorts in that time frame. So to go with that short, now we need to go find the shorts that fit inside there, right? So our RSI is crossing down, but our money line is going up. But at the end of the day, none of that really matters. So if I have a red moon, right? That means there's a short. So, okay, so for instance, here's how the trade goes, right? Set your alert on your 1 hour moon, okay? The 1 hour
Right.
moon
The red one
hits.
right there.
Yeah, 1 hour moon hits, right? Hits at 12
Mm-hmm.
o'clock. I go to my 15-minute, okay? Because I want to trade with the 15-minute trade. The 15-minute trade is going to be where the 15-minute has a moon and a trend, right? So you can see here when the 1 hour
Yeah.
hit, we already had a moon and a trend do a short. It pulled up, and then right here when we got this next moon, that would be our trade. So we would trade this moon because we have a moon and a trend right here. So this would be the short that we would do. And that'd pretty much be it. So we'd get our short in this little section here. So we're trading the 15-minute time slot off of the 1 hour trend, right? So now that trade already happened, right? So this is kind of where once that trade happens, we need the next thing to happen, right? Which is where we get this right here. So now we get a 1 hour trend comes in, right? So now in that 1 hour trend, we go back to our 15-minute because now we have another trade that's happening. And that trade basically would happen when we caught a 15-minute moon and trend. Now right here we have a green moon. We didn't get a trend. It's still dumped there with the trend that hit, but it's popped back up, right? So it's going to dump here and come back down, but we don't have it. This didn't give us a trade to trade, right? So when the 15-minute moon came, we didn't have a trend. So what we're waiting for is, as long as everything stays the way it's going, is the 15-minute moon and the trend to take advantage of the next short somewhere around here would be the next time that we would see that short happen. Now that is only if during this time the 1 hour stays the way it is, which is moon and trend in a short position, right? And once the 1 hour RSI starts to head up, right, which is kind of what we're looking at right now, Once this RSI comes back down and starts to head up, well, then we're not going to trade against the 1-hour RSI. That's when we start thinking of a reversal. Okay, so once the 1-hour RSI bounces and starts to head up, we're going to think to, and how do I get that is just this because I know you're new to TradingView. So each of these boxes here has an indicator, right? You learned that yesterday.
Yeah.
If I want just that
Yes.
indicator, I just double click in their box. See, so now I have the moon indicator here, see? If I want to get rid of it,
Yes.
I double click and it's gone. So if I want the relative strength, I double click and here we go. So that kind of like brings it down to basically once my 1 hour starts to find the bottom here, and you can see the 1 hour money still pushing up, this is showing a lot of volume. So now any buy or sell signal on Solana at the moment. Give me 1 sec. I'll take a peek at Solana. Now that I'm looking at this, what I'd be looking at is since the 1 hour basically has already provided a short and then another short, right? So rule of thumb is basically once you get two particular moves, that happen, a lot of times you start looking for the opposite, position, right? So now that I can see that I'm not getting the short that I want because it's kind of fighting it here. Now I start thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to go for, we should be running into a 15-minute green moon and trend, right? So notice we already have a 15-minute moon. We have a 15-minute trend. We got the 15-minute red moon to reset. And now if we get a 15-minute green moon, that actually shoot us up here. But in order for that to be bigger or, what we want it to be, we're going to need the 1 hour to start becoming a 1 hour green moon, which it kind of looks like it wants to do here. So it just doesn't have any volume right now. It's just nobody's really trading Ocean right now. But the next long is going to be the 1 hour moon with that 15-minute, moon and trend. You see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So anytime you're looking at a trade, they go both ways. You're just waiting for it to tell you what it wants to do. All right. So like LDO is a little bit in the same scenario. So you look at the 1 hour, we're looking at the same thing. But this one, we have a 1 hour red moon, but we don't have a red trend, right? So we got our pullback from our moon. So here's our moon, the first pullback. You go to your 15-minute, right? These are the trades that we want to start mastering. 15-minute moon, 15-minute trend. There we go. That's the trade that we wanted to get in. That was good for 2-3% there. Now it's after it makes it move, it has to consolidate, which it's doing. Has a bounce, gets us a green moon, right? Now if we get another red moon here, then this would have shorted all the way down, right? But what happened was a bunch of people came in and they decided that LDO was a good price down here, so they bought the dip. So what happened was now our green moon has a green trend, right? So now we have a 15-minute green moon, green trend, but we don't have the support of the 1 hour. Now, eventually, the 1 hour moon is going to come in here, you see? And when that 1 hour moon comes in, then you can look for that 15-minute moon and trend to actually get a pump, you see? So the basis is always the same. You're trading the 15-minute moon and trend, but you're only trading it when it's supported by the 1 hour moon and trend, by the 1 hour moon. Does that make sense?
All the indicators say to buy. Yeah.
Yeah. So 15-minute
I
trade.
understand the concept of it, but I still got to get used to seeing these charts
Yeah.
to see it there.
Yeah.
I see the indicators and all that, and I get it, but I just got to keep watching
Yeah.
you do this.
Another way to look at it is so like we're looking at the 1 hour trends and moons, and then so that's what we're doing. So if it's red, we're kind of looking at a short, and then when we're going to the 15-minute, we're kind of drilling into that 1 hour. So your 1 hour, one candle on the 1 hour time frame is 1 hour candle. It's a whole hour. So we're just kind of drilling into it, getting into the nitty gritty, see what's going on. So when VC just said at the end, when he's looking at it, might go into um, a green moon and a green trend. Is like, well, you're kind of looking ahead of time that it might start going to the other way, it might start becoming a green trend. But basically, once we've got the a red trend, we're looking at shorts. We're just drilling into it, and just it's even helping for the entry because we're getting basing your entries on the 1 hour, you're gonna get wicked out. You're gonna get, especially if you're doing high leverage, you're gonna get beaten up. You need to be just drilling into that 1 hour and making the moves.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're rolling. So here's Solana, right? So and the thing is that we're looking at trades that already happened. So when we go back and we need to start set these alerts. So we had our moon alert set, right? We would have caught a 1 hour Solana moon, right? That lets us know here. To jump that, we go to the 15-minute. When we seen that, we did have a 15-minute moon. It also was a 15-minute trend right there, and that's our trade, right? So we got this beautiful long that we missed already. Now we come back to Solana, and Solana gives us the 1 hour. And now at this point, the 1 hour red moon pops up here, right? You go to your 15-minute. Now we can see on here, we had a 15-minute moon and trend, right? Not as good as the long, but at the end of the day, remember, we only need 1%. It's at 2.9. So plenty of money there. And now we're in the scenario, now we're waiting, right? So now we're back to the 1 hour, right? So it really comes down to the moons. So that trade happened, that trade happened, that trade happened. As soon as we get a 1 hour moon, then we can go get into our trade, right? Which would be, this is looking for either a rejection on the 50 on the, so we have a moon. If it rejects here and comes down or rejects, then we can look for the 15-minute option, right? Which is going to be here. Now, at the end of the day, what do we need? A 15-minute red moon, 15-minute red trend. We just don't have that yet. So for the guy who's looking at Solana, hey, Ark, what up, baby? So Solana, if you're looking here, you do look like you have a little bit of a sell sign coming in here again, and we're looking to come back down again. So, but this market is, yeah. I mean, that's what I said yesterday. Remember, we were sitting on the chart. I said we'll have a big Wednesday.
Yeah, because Solana ran from what?
72,
to
yeah.
82.
Yeah. And that was because yesterday when we looked at the charts, everything looked good. It just had no money. It had no volume, right? That's what I was saying yesterday. I was like, we're going to have a big Wednesday.
So then in the period of an hour, how many trades can be made on that one coin within the period of 1 hour?
I mean, if you're in it, a lot of times you can do a solid 2 or 3 in there. But if you want to get good at locking in, hitting your, letting it run on the first one, taking your 50 to 100%, watching for a small 3-minute pullback, and then if it starts running again, then you want to, you can get in with house money and go for another move there. So 2 trades is really where I want to kind of put myself at the limit. At the second one with house money, you can kind of let that one ride, and if it doesn't get to your 3-minute red moon and red trend, and you just keep going until until it taps out.
And what time are you doing this again tomorrow? Your time, and then I'll figure out the tail difference.
Yeah, I mean, I like the 6 o'clock. I think the 6 p.m. Central is a good one to come into, and
I'm gonna do both. It just tomorrow I might not be able to come in at 6 p.m. So
yeah. So I'm gonna hop on tomorrow morning, probably do like a 10 a.m. tomorrow, just to kind of see the market looks like.
That'll be
8 a.m. for you.
8 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
I will log in at 8 o'clock tomorrow to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then,
so we got our big we did all right. So that's what I was saying yesterday. We're gonna have a big Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, no, like I said,
everything looks good.
I've followed you for several years now, and you know what you're doing, so that's why I'm here.
Yeah, we're doing really good. Yeah, the market's doing. Yeah, I mean, we're getting into anyone who's talking about. This is a very interesting time in this market, man, because we got a lot of push coming, right? But there has to be a pullback. Now, the way I'm gonna dig into this later tonight. I'm gonna go through the Bitcoin chart because I'm thinking about the halvening. So a lot of times on the halvening, there's always like a push and then the pullback and then the big push comes later, right? Most people don't know. So the halvening doesn't actually mean there's a big push. What happens is the halvening has a medium push or like a 30% push, then it pulls back, and then months later there's a massive push, right? So the way this entire Bitcoin setting up, it's almost like the same thing. It looks like we're going to push until January, maybe even February. And then right when this halvening's coming around, I think we're going to pull back to the trend line wherever it's at that time, and that'll bring us for 3 or 4 or 5 months. And I think after that we'll go on this massive fucking parabolic fucking run. But that looks like what it's starting to sign up for right here.
Hopefully, I know what I'm doing by then, so I can get into some of the.
Oh yeah, you'll have fun, man.
I don't do in the water.
Yeah, you'll have fun on there. So that's all it is. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off right now, and yeah, we're kind of run through. We'll jump in the morning on DBs. What up, DB Keys?
Are you Mexican?
Latin, bro. Yeah.
I'm just messing with you because you say like 7 o'clock and everyone shows up at 7:20, which is okay with me. But
I'm on Mexican time. So. Yeah.
Mexican time, exactly.
I'm on my Latin time.
I'm punctual. My dad's one of those punctual Mexicans, so I was always 15 minutes early.
Yeah. It's because a lot of times guys are jumping in. All right, tomorrow, guys. Yeah, so guys, I mean, on this, we're gonna start just focusing on the same moons, guys. So we just need to start catching our moons. So now that we've got our 1 hour trends down, let's start setting our alerts on our moons. Do I have a Solana moon? Do. All right, I'm gonna throw my Solana moon on here. And if you're just joining us, this is how you set an alert on your moon. Right click on your moon, add to your VC Crypto Nation. You need to change the 3-minute crossing. Bring that down to crossing total once per minute. Slide across here. I delete all that just so I know what it looks like. And anytime I see the Hakina Shi, I know that that's the actual moon. So I'm going to create that for Solana right now. I'm trying to think of the coins that I like to trade. And let's go to Big Time is Big Time's a big coin that I like to trade. I'm gonna put the 1 hours on here as well. And what this will do for you guys is it allows you to, instead of using shorts and longs on your alerts, this will open up an extra. It was actually almost double your alerts because you're only doing the moon. And then when you get the moon alert, you can go check things out now that you kind of understand how the trend and everything else works. So this will give you a little more movement into the trade. I also want to see. STX is one of my favorites, and CFX. Let me see here. Actually, Wild has been very interesting. Okay, so here we go. Let's see here. You know what? What did I put that on? Big Time 15 minute. Okay, let me get rid of that. Make sure you're on the right time frame. That's what's killing me there. And always double check. So Phantom Shorts on the 15. That's what I was looking for on my.
Oh, sorry. And I love you and leave you. It's 3:36, and I better get to bed.
You better get to bed, bro. You finally get home or what? Finally make it back to the house or what, man?
That's the end of the night, but I'll be back tomorrow.
Ah, you guy, you, bro. Well, safe travels, brother.
Yeah. Thanks. Still working, so it's work from home in UK in most jobs. So after work, jumping on the train, getting back to Nottingham, and then sort out stuff. But yeah, another good session. Thanks, VC.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're working through our 1 hours. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. Get to that, guys. Night.
All right, let's go here. Solana. What's another good coin? Tia. Yeah, so we're going to jump in on the morning tomorrow, guys, at 10 a.m. Central. We're going to get into the morning session and start getting more into these 1 hours. Woo's on here. Where's CFX? OP is a good coin, but we're just keep moving into our 1 hour channels, 1 hour alerts, guys, and then once we get the 1 hour alerts down in patent, then we'll be doing really well on here. So many CRVs, STRs, polies. Any questions while I'm here, guys, in the Discord, guys? Do you guys know how to set your alerts? Does everybody understand we're focusing on the 1 hours? Yes. We got that, guys? All 1 hours. Where's Pendle? Okay, Gus, what's up, brother? Welcome in, guys. How you doing, man? Gus, you good, bro? How you doing? So we need to get the alerts. Make sure you guys, when you're posting your alerts, you can get them in the main chat, but just make sure you put them in the 1 hour chat, which is in the Academy 1 hour crew. This way we can go back, follow what we have in there, and then post trades as far as like how they're ending up, until you guys get this flow down. Other than that, I think everybody's coming around. What is today? Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, we want to get into it a little more. Tomorrow morning, um, and so forth. So now we're going to work from the 1 hour trends, 1 hour moons, and then once we get the 1 hour moon down with the 15-minute entries, we'll get that set up. So here's your LDO coming in with its short finally. LDO. But yeah, patience, guys. Patience is what it's all about. And LDO. And they all end up where you want them to be anyways. Let's take a look here. I think LDO, we were missing our 15-minute. Yeah, there we go. So we just need our trade to go in. So 15-minute. Yeah, man, I can hear you, man. Who that? I can kind of hear you, bro.
So to reiterate, the 15-minute moon and trend supported by the 1 hour.
Yes. So everything we do, right?
Or is it 1 hour?
So yeah. So everything we do for the next 6 weeks is going to be the 1 hour trend. Okay. So the 1 hour moon is going to be your trend. Okay. So the 1 hour moon sets you up for the ideal of which way you're going to trade. Okay. The 15-minute is where you make your trades, right? So if you have a 1 hour red moon, you need a 15-minute red moon and trend, right? So no matter what, on the entry for your trade is always moon and trend. So 1 hour moon, trade is 15-minute moon and trend, right? Always need that, right? And the entry, like always, once you have that, is on a 3-minute moon and trend to confirm, okay? Trade ideal, trend is the 1 hour moon. Once you have that, you look for the 15-minute moon and trend trade. Once you have that, the entry's on the 3-minute moon and trend. Okay? Every entry.
1 hour red moon, 15-minute moon, and red trend. Entry on 3-minute red moon.
Red trend. Red moon, red trend.
Okay.
3-minute. So no matter where we are, whatever we do, entries will always be Jimmy. 3 minutes will always be the entry. As long as the 3-minute moon and trend are with you, then you're in a good spot. So you always have that. And more than likely, if you're waiting for a 15-minute moon and trend, 98% of the time they're already going to be there, right? But it's a good thing to do to keep that habit so you're not like jumping a trade or getting caught in a reversal.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So the only thing we're doing is we had a moon. First, we started off with trends, right? So we were doing the 1 hour trend, then we were doing the 15-minute moon and trend entry, right? Now we're moving the 1 hour trend. Now we're moving to the 1 hour moon, right? That's all we did, but we're still 1 hour trend and moon. First week was the trend. Now we're working on the moon. All right. So tomorrow, guys, we'll be at the same time, hopping on here. I think 6:30 we're gonna hop on. I'm gonna hop on a little bit earlier tomorrow, probably about 6 o'clock, and then we'll rock and roll. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna hop on at 10 a.m. So if you're up in the morning, jump in there, and we're gonna dig into that a little bit, and then we're gonna find some time frames in there. But that'll keep us going. So LDO, we just need a 15-minute moon on there. So patient wise, we're gonna go through that. LDO is gonna dump here in a little bit. It's probably gonna, let me take a lower time frame, and then we'll go, like I said, we have to also separate the guys. So if you're new tonight, if you haven't been working on the in classroom or whatever, there's going to be two types of trades we do, right? A lower time frame and a higher one, right? So, and we'll cover that tomorrow. 10x, 20x guys, and 75x guys in there, and then we'll make those trades as we go forward. but LDO is going to dump here. But yeah, that's it, man. So we'll hop in tomorrow. I think we're kind of moving through nice and medium here. I think everyone's starting to get it. How we'll know everyone's kind of on the same page is when we go to the 1 hour alerts and people actually post, right? So the very first thing here is just posting, right? So once we see this full of, we got 10, 15 guys in class, when this is full of 1 hour post of alerts, then we know we have this shit. We can move on to the next thing. So first thing is posting every time you see a 1 hour moon, right? Post all 1 hour moons, right? Next 2 weeks, all about posting 1 hour moons and trends. All right. So when we see this actually get people in here posting correctly, then we'll get up in there, man. That's really what it comes down to. Step one is being calm and patient enough to post what you're supposed to post, and then we'll go from there. So I feel like, and that'll happen the more we, I don't know why he's locked in there. That'll happen more when we get into a little more one-on-ones and a little more lives, and that'll build into that, man. So yeah, so LDO should be dumping here in a sec. Here we should be coming to this red moon finally, and this is where waiting for your 15-minute to reset gives you where you want to be. It's all about waiting. 1 hour is bending down. It's been bending down for 45 minutes, but the 15-minute finally, the money line is finally breaking down. You see, and we're in our short right there. So 15-minute moon should be hitting on there, and then that should kind of roll out there. But yeah, so what we need to do, guys, in the Discord, if you're in the classroom, get into class, but more importantly, you have to start just posting those alerts. You have to get good at following the basic system. So once you get that down and we see this full of moons and trends, then we'll know where we're at and we can execute on entries better. All right, guys, I will catch you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central. And if you don't make that, we'll do 6:30 tomorrow Central, 6:30 p.m. All right. Post your alerts, and then as you're posting your alerts, we can start doing reviews of the trades so that we can see what happens to them. So when you post your alert, we can go back, see how much it made money, so that we can start seeing the profits, so that we understand how to work the system, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys. Anybody else? Everybody, DBs, keys. Everybody have a good night. I'm hopping off Discord and I'm hopping off TikTok here. Tiki Talk. Talky Tick. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, we'll heat up this week and then we'll spend more time trading. Gus, I see your mic unopened, brother. Where you at? There you go. You might have to go to your settings, bro. Like you see how your settings are? Sometimes you have to go to user settings. And on Discord, you got to go to voice and video, and then sometimes you got to change your inputs and outputs. Inputs and outputs, bro. Inputs and outputs. But to be honest with you guys, I mean, these coins they're holding their ground here. I mean, we're looking like we're gonna have the good thing is that we're gonna have these big Wednesday and Thursday, but that's gonna bring a lot of red on the weekend. A lot of red Friday and Saturday, man. So be ready for that, which is what we'll do well on there. So we'll spend a lot of time in there. They're all making it through their basics and heading back up. So yeah, they're all holding support, man. This is looking more bullish every day. This thing looks like a stronger bull run every time. I think we're gonna pump really hard until the middle of February or beginning of February, and then once we go through the halvening, we'll have a big dump, and then we'll go parabolic. So if you're buying crypto or thinking about buying crypto, the next dump that's coming, this is where you want to buy every coin that you think is fantastic, and that'll be, if I were you, I'd buy Render, Casper, Engine, what else? Wild, ICP, Solana. Solana's going to do $300. What else? Yeah, we'll put a whole list together. All right, guys, let me get out of here. I'm going to go make some dinner, a little late dinner, but we'll be back in here. And tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., hop in if you're around. And then we're going to hop back in at 6:30 Central PM. So 10 a.m., 6:30, guys. I've got my eye on you, mama. What you doing, baby?